Welcome, everybody. We're really happy that you joined this session. My name is Susan Barrett. I'm the moderator for this session. Jackie Padula is here, and she is going to present today about progress that they're making towards their acknowledgement system. It's exciting because we're moving into TFI 3.0, so we're really excited to learn from Jackie today. We have about a 10-minute presentation followed by time for question and answer. We will be recording the first part of our time together, but we will stop recording for our Q&A. Please feel free to engage with us in chat. So if you have questions that come up or you want to celebrate something that Jackie's offering, please engage with us in chat if you're able. Um, all the files and materials specific to the session will be housed in the session materials link, and then we'll also be asking you to complete an evaluation survey. But we're really glad you're here. I have already started the recording, so we're all set there. Jackie, I'm going to spotlight you, if that's okay.
Mhm.
I think, does that prevent us, though, from seeing the slide deck, maybe?
Mm, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I should be able to be seen with the slide deck possibly.
Okay. All right.
I'll
And
try
without
it.
further ado, I will turn it over to you, Jackie.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon or good morning. I am focusing on 1.5 of the TFI using location-specific acknowledgement systems to address behaviors. I am the school psychologist and MTSS coach at Richard Mann Elementary School in Gananda Central School District, which is located about 30 minutes outside of Rochester, New York. It's a very rural area. Our population here in this building, we serve pre-K 3, so 3-year-olds up to 5th grade. Our building has about 423 students. And our history for implementing the TFI is following the requirement of regular routine. We do it once or twice a year. So just our overview of what 1.5 of the TFI is. So it's school-wide acknowledgement is the title of it in the TFI 3. Educators consistently and equitably implement a written process for delivering behavior-specific praise that is linked to school-wide expectations. It's used across settings, documented, possibly electronically, a count of tokens, whatever your positive reward system is, differentiated to meet student needs, to acknowledge students' academic and social emotional behavior skills in a manner valued by students. And I have exactly what is shown in the new third edition of the TFI. We have possible data sources where you can help your teams understand where you fall in this area for the scoring of 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Specifically, you'll notice for the TFI 3, there are some specific percentages, and that's going to help you and your schools understand where you fall for this area. And that is directly linked to that first data source, the TFI walkthrough tool. This is where you are randomly asking staff members and you are randomly asking students as well some questions at the tier 1 level about acknowledgement. And based on your answers that you received during your walkthrough interview, you'll find your percentage for staff and student engagement. Here at Gananda, for our elementary building, PROUD is our acronym. So it's practice, self-control, respect, outstanding, unity, and driven. So we have our PROUD bucks that are given school-wide as our tier 1 to all students. Any adult in the building has access to PROUD bucks to give these out throughout the day at any setting. We also have some additional tier 1 supports, such as our proud postcards that are mailed home, so students can celebrate those proud moments with their families. And we also have our proud phone calls. This is a weekly submission from school staff to administration where a student is called down to the main office and they get to call a family member with the administrator, and they get a certificate and a picture to show their proud moment being highlighted. Our Proud Bucks, we have changed our process slightly. Where students previously, there was buckets with different prizes that they can earn, and there was a weekly or a monthly drawing. We found out through our evaluation process that it tended to be the same students over and over again. So this past summer, we revised what we wanted that to look like to get more students involved and engaged, and we switched to what's called our Proud Tube. So now students are still receiving those Proud Bucks throughout their day, and each classroom has a bucket. And as a class, they come down together and they dump their bucket of Proud Bucks into this Proud Tube. And we have several different benchmarks that we want to achieve to have building-wide ceremonies. So we just had a music assembly. We're now on our way to winning some really awesome sunglasses that are tied to our book of the year, and planning our ultimate celebration for when we reach the top of the tube at the end of the school year. And we have found students are very excited to dump this bucket of Proud Bucks into the tube this year. So some of the ways that we are acknowledging those other areas outside of the classroom, our special areas, library, art, music, PE. Our specials team comes together. They review all the students and decide as a team who showed proud behavior between pre-K and second grade and third through fifth. They nominate a student of the month who then comes down. They get their picture taken with the entire specials team. They get a certificate, and their picture with the team is posted outside of the library on the bulletin board for everybody to see. So that is a new monthly proud recognition that we have. Our Proud Bucks, they're blue here in the school building, but for the bus, following those proud expectations on the bus, are on yellow paper to recognize the bus setting. So our bus drivers have access to these Proud Bucks to hand out to students as they are exiting off the bus, whether it is during arrival coming to school or when dismissal when they're going home. We also have Proud Bucks that are on purple paper that represent our dining hall or our cafeteria. And this, for teachers that might have their own class store, is worth double the points of our regular Proud Buck, but it's still showing that during lunch, students are being acknowledged for their proud behavior. We also have a proud lunch table. Our lunch monitors help track those proud behaviors that are happening. And at the end of the week, they review which class had the best proud behavior or received the most Proud Bucks that week. And the following week, they are chosen to have a proud celebration lunch. So their lunch tables are decorated so everybody in the cafeteria knows they were the winners this week. They also get extra pat. That is just what we call our recess time. And the whole class gets 100 Proud Bucks. We value the system and being able to recognize students across all areas is so important to have that consistency of expectation of proud reinforced by all individuals who work for the school district in all settings. It really encourages students. They love to be recognized, and having those multiple chances every day is just a wonderful thing to see when students are thriving here at school. We are tracking those Proud Bucks in those Proud Tubes. So we do have weekly tracking, we have monthly tracking for those celebrations, and our annual recognition as well. The impact that we've seen this year is just, again, that increase of positive behaviors is happening across settings, and it's being recognized outside of the classroom by other adults in the school building. Last year at this time, there were 62 behavioral referrals Currently, we are at 49 behavioral referrals this year. The self-assessment for us using the TFI 3. So we just did a dry run of it in December, just focusing on tier one use. And out of that scoring system of a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we fell at a 3. So that shows us we have some area of growth. And specifically, again, tying it to that walkthrough tool, based on our student interview, we had some students, mainly our fifth graders, who would like to have a different acknowledgement other than the proud bug. So us thinking this summer as we come together as teams and plan ahead, what can we do? What can we adjust for all of our students to be more engaged with our tier one process? And we also have planning coming up, inviting some students to attend our tier one meeting so we can have their input to help us brainstorm on what might be a more improved tier one reinforcer other than our proud buck or other events and building wide celebrations that they might want to work towards. So from us in here in Gananda to all of you out there, suggestions if you're just getting started, it is a lot to digest, and that's okay. Take your time with it, but have all of your stakeholders and your students involved. Anchor in your mission and your vision statements. Focus on one area at a time is a huge piece, and slowly work on building the supporting multiple areas. And just use the TFI as a guide for all of your data and your systems and your practices. If you've been implementing MTSS for a while, then continue to analyze your data and work together as your teams and be student-centered, get their voice and their feedback, listen for what works best for them, and continue to reflect and use the TFI for all of your annual evaluations. Thank you all very much. I appreciate your time. I will now open it up to any questions.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm going to pause the recording so we can have the Q&A session without that.